What is up, YouTube? It is Mr. Ferguson back once again here from Central North Carolina. Thank you guys so much for checking out another lawn care video here in Central North Carolina, where we have been talking about random things, been hitting a lot about pre-emergent, which we're going to touch on today because, guys, we are really getting super close to application time, and so we want to set everybody up for success. I have done several applications of pre-emergent in this lawn, as most of my subscribers know that have continued to come back and watch the channel here. Last year we did not do pre-emergent to see with a full fescue lawn, hey, is it a big deal to do pre-emergent? I mean, why do we do this all the time? We didn't do pre-emergent. We had a lot of crabgrass. We had a lot of junk in our yards. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't overtaking the lawn, but there were noticeable weeds in the lawn. Some pros and cons of that, going natural and doing away with the chemical of pre-emergent versus putting it down and preventing weeds. But again, this year we're putting down pre-emergent because I don't want to deal with crabgrass and I don't want to deal with a lot of weeds. And so that starts with your pre-emergent application, which we're coming on fast here in the month of February. Again, thank you so much for checking us out. If you enjoy the free content, the free information here, please be sure, just click the subscribe button. It's free, totally free to you. We do also offer, just for those that may be interested, there's little packages we have to become a member of the channel. Puts a little badge by your name. Some of the Super Freak package will give you the videos early before we release. When we really get going in spring, we're trying to do sometimes 3 videos a week. And so it's a challenge sometimes. Most of the time on Friday, we'll release the Monday video early to get it over the weekend. So if you're interested, check those out in the description below. Okay, so let's talk about where we are right now. And upon walking out here this Thursday, beautiful Tuesday morning, it's supposed to be in the 60s today. We are on a warming trend here in Central North Carolina. And again, we're talking about weather, and it's important of where you are and what your weather's looking like. So I've actually put on my iPhone here, I've done a bookmark shortcut to Greencast website. Now, why Greencast? It's because Greencast gives you free soil temperatures around the nation. If you go to Greencast, the actual URL we'll put in the description, but if you just Google Greencast soil temps, it's going to pop right up for you. Very simple. And then you can type in, like I've put in a local city to me, which is Wake Forest, North Carolina. The current soil temperature, according to Greencast, is 42 degrees. So that is really about 11 degrees cooler than what we want for actually putting down pre-emergent. Now, it also gives you the 24-hour average soil temp, which is 44 degrees, 2 degrees warmer. Now, we know that our weather says we're going to be getting into possibly the 70s this week, above average temperatures, which means likely our soil temperatures are going to come up. They're going to rise. That's what we want to pay attention to. But what I wanted to mention to you, I would be checking that. I would put that on your phone so you can just check in. Hey, when do I need to, what am I looking for? Well, number one, we're looking for the soil temperature in your area for around 52 to 54 degrees. Why is that the case? Why is that the number that we're looking for? And that's because that's when crabgrass begins to germinate, is around 55 degrees. When the soil temps warm up, 55 degrees, those weed seeds begin to germinate, activate. And so we want to put down our pre-emergent to catch all of that, put our pre-emergent barrier over our lawn to prevent those from ever coming up. And when they hit the surface, they hit that pre-emergent barrier, they burn, and then we have a weed-free lawn for extended period of time. So that is why 52 to 54 degrees. Now, what you have to keep in mind is if you're just waiting on Mr. Ferguson to do it and I'll just do it when he does, well, that may not necessarily be the best strategy. Some of you may be in elevated locations here in North Carolina in the mountains, and it may take you way longer to reach 55 degrees in the Asheville area. Some of you may be further south in North Georgia, and you may actually warm up much quicker than me. And if you wait on me, based on your location, you could be in the 60 degree soil temperature range, and you've allowed all this time for the crabgrass to come about. So it's very important that you do this part on your own. You need to time it to your best guess. And that's the next part I wanted to get into. Sometimes we have these warm streaks, with these cool streaks, and the temperature is just going to fluctuate back and forth in the soil temps. And it's hard to guess. It really can be difficult to guess when to actually, today's the day to do soil temperatures. We see this a lot also with when we put our seed down in the fall. When we're doing a fescue lawn, you guys have seen for about the past 2 years, the second year, 2 years ago, we did it as a test to see, okay, can we put our seed down early if we have multiple lawns to do? Can we put our seed down a little earlier at late summer and just germinate it and just get it established quicker? And clearly that was a terrible test. That taught me a lot. You cannot rush the weather, the soil temps. We tried to rush it. We tried to go early. Terrible decision. It was a bad mistake. Last year, we basically timed it on when we've done it in years past, which was around mid-September, and we were in a very warm, very hot condition last year, and we basically had to redo several areas. So that's the thing about lawn care. There's no set, this is the day you do this. You really need to be in the loop and paying attention, as now's the time. Throw that app on your phone, be checking it every morning, and mainly in the afternoon, I would say, in the warmest parts of the day. Okay, how warm is our soil temps getting today according to GreeCast? Okay, we're getting close to 45. Okay, we'll check in, but we're not there yet. But don't just blow it off and say, oh, we're a long ways away. I don't even need to check till March. It could easily jump up, especially with sunny, warm days like we're having today in Central North Carolina. So that's why, and that's when we're planning our application. And don't be afraid that if we have a warm streak and we're getting up and you're like, oh my gosh, it's 55 degrees today. Well, let's look. Once we see GreeCast hitting right around the area that we're planning to put down our prodiamine or dithiapyr, let's then go to our weather, our local weather, and let's see, okay, what are they saying? What are they calling for? Because we know the local weather stations, they're pretty good, but they're not perfect, but it's the best information we're going to get, right? And so when we're looking at the next 14 days, what are they calling for? Sunny? Is it going to be a bit, what's coming? What type of air mass is coming our way? Are we on a warming trend? Are we on a cooling trend coming up? Because that's going to determine how I'm going to look at, is now the time or not? Now, clearly, if we put it down a little bit early and then turn right around and get cooling and we go back to 49 degrees and we hold there for 3 weeks and then we finally get up, we're dealing with a pre-emergent that is a very long-lasting product. So you don't have to be 100% perfect on when you put this down. You can go early, and then we'll get into split apps in a separate video of how you can do one big application, which I wouldn't recommend. This is why I would do split apps. We're putting down half the recommended amount first to kind of go ahead and catch in this window of from the 40s into the mid-50s. We're trying to catch those weed seeds germinating and prevent that from happening. And then we can come behind that when temperatures get roughly warmer into more 60, 65 degrees. When more of the weeds are going to begin to germinate, we can put down a second application to cover the first and catch all the remaining crabgrass and weeds to come. So I just wanted to be clear on that. I've had some great questions in the comments and just wanted to bring that to you today, really narrowing down. Now's the time to start paying attention. For folks south of North Carolina, you really want to be paying a little more attention. I'm looking at my my soil temps map, and I'm really focusing on what's the incoming weather and when we can properly time this out. And we don't, again, you don't have to be perfect, but we want to make this application. Again, there's going to be a lot of possible lawn care people out there that's going to miss this. And they're like, oh man, I missed my pre-emergent. It's not the absolute end of the world, but as you guys saw in my lawn last year, we had crabgrass in places we never have crabgrass. We had more broadleaf weeds that we have. And then when we have this, what then do we have to turn around and do? We have to then turn around and get some speed zone or get some type of ortho. We want a selective herbicide that selects the weeds, but you get the point that I'm making, right? Mainly speed zone for what I use weeds for. When I use a pre-emergent, I do very little individual weed killing in my lawn, because the pre-emergent, if timed correctly, really knocks out all of needing to do that. So when you're doing one chemical to prevent lots of weeds in our lawn, you're really, when you don't do that prodiamine or dithiapyr application, then you're coming back, and if you're really trying to take care of your lawn and clean up weeds, you're adding more chemicals. Crabgrass sometimes with different chemicals. Speed Zone does not handle crabgrass, so we're looking at different type of chemicals to handle crabgrass versus broadleaf. and all sorts of things. So that's just this DIYer's thoughts here in Central North Carolina. We've done this for several years. It's really a repetitive format, but we have to come back and remind ourselves, it's like, hey, where are we? What do we need to be focusing on right now? Again, as we mentioned in a previous video, it's smart to go ahead, beat the rush, beat the crowd before that really warm weather comes, which it looks like it's coming really fast. Let's go ahead and get our fertilizer ready for when we're ready to go ahead and apply that, and that'll be a separate topic that we discuss sooner. When do we want to go ahead and fertilize and wake this thing up by feeding it? That's the next step after we first focus on pre-emergent and stopping weeds. I know everybody loves a weed-free lawn. So without further ado, that's all I got for you today. We still got gumballs all in my lawn here, guys. We got sticks everywhere from the winter. The grass has really taken, the tips of it has really taken that brownie, like white tipped look to it. There's some areas that seem to have hold more of a green color and some that's more faded brown color. So all of this, regardless, it's all going to be able to come to life as spring gets closer to us, especially when we do that first feeding, and it's going to take that fertilizer and it's really going to take off, thicken up, and look awesome. And then we'll be back in the mowing season. It's time to start taking walks now, getting ready. You can even walk down the road like this, man, and get ready, get your legs ready for mowing. Or maybe some of you are doing like this and you're just pulling up the the gate or whatever and down. So anyways, God bless you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this is helpful. I hope this puts you in the mindset. And also, just for those that may want to do this, I know not everybody agrees or would want to do this, but you can also lean on AI a little bit, whether it's Copilot, whether it's ChatGPT or Grok. There's several different AI agents that can sort of assist with some of these little questions. I would be careful on rates, as we've discussed here on my channel, but really it can help you with, hey, what is this? Broad definition of like split apps and stuff. I was going to go over that today. I just feel like that's a little too much for this video. We want to keep it short and sweet. We may do that at another time this week. God bless you guys. I hope that helps. Leave your comments below. Leave a like on the video. We'll see you next time. God bless.